Hey, what's up guys, TechTitan here and I'm back again with a brand new video. Before I begin, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you do enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe. But with that being said, today I'm going to be comparing the iPhone 16e and the Galaxy S25 FE. Now, both of these phones come in at a sort of a more budget-friendly devices than their flagship devices like the S25 or the iPhone 17. So the S25 FE comes in at $649 and the iPhone 16e comes in at $599. So a $50 price difference. Let's go ahead and begin to dissect these phones and see which one is right for you. Now, I want to speak on the design first. And so beginning with the iPhone 16e, first of all, it does offer sort of a compact phone. So it is a 6.1-inch device and fits nicely in the palm of your hand. So you shouldn't have a problem holding the phone. It actually feels sturdy. It feels good in the hand. So the back is made out of glass. On the right hand side, you have your large power button and it is also made out of metal on the sides. On the bottom, you have your USB-C, your bottom facing speaker. On the back, you have a single camera, as well as on the left hand side, you will have your action button, volume up and down. So overall though, a very compact design. Now switching it to the Galaxy S25 FE, you get a larger footprint design, so it's gonna feel a little bit heavier. And the sides itself, you can kind of tell it's a different color, but it still is aluminum. You get your power button, volume up and down on the right hand side, and on the left hand side you don't really get anything. But also on the back you will get a triple camera setup with a main sensor, ultra wide, and a telephoto sensor. More on that in the camera review. But the metal, the boxier design does feel good. Now the bottom gives you your USB-C, your bottom facing speaker, as well as your SIM slot. So overall, a very basically similar design to that of the iPhone 16e, just a little bit bigger. And even when we put them sort of side by side, obviously the biggest differentiating factors is that the iPhone 16e first of all gives you your power button on one side, volume up and down on the other. Now if you're into more of a compact phone, then the iPhone 16e is for you. But if you want a larger device, then automatically the S25 FE is for you. But keep in mind that the iPhone 16e does have a single camera versus a triple camera on that of the Galaxy S25 FE. Me personally, I prefer the larger footprint of the S25 FE, so that's what I would go with as far as design by itself. So obviously when it comes to price cutting, Samsung did a little bit more to benefit the consumer than Apple did, and you'll see that more in the display. So basically both of these phones give you an AMOLED display. The iPhone 16e, you get a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. They call edge to edge, but realistically the bezels are larger than to that of the Galaxy S25 FE. That gives us a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display with up to 120 Hz of refresh rate that is missing on that of the iPhone 16e. What else is missing is, well, it's not really missing, it's in your face. You get a larger bezels on the iPhone 16e, which is kind of outdated. So the iPhone 16e's display, as far as the way that it looks, it circles back to the iPhone 13. So that's kind of sad in my opinion. Now, I'm not really gonna push it too bad, but I want to say that the experience on the S25 FE is just way better. Higher refresh rate, smaller bezels, overall a much better experience. Now, does that mean that the iPhone 16e has a horrible display? No, it's just not up to date. That's all there is to it. Now, as far as the speaker, to be honest with you, I found it to be similar. I couldn't really tell, or I couldn't find a massive difference between them. So go ahead and take a listen for yourself.
This sort of a matte finish that is smooth and it's extremely slippery. So if you do end up picking up this phone, I highly recommend a case. Another phone than a complete design overhaul. So on the back, instead of that glossy material that we got on the previous generation, you get this sort of
So based on the display, the iPhone 16e just lacks a lot. I mean, it's not up to date. The S25 FE takes the display around easily. So as far as the performance goes, the iPhone 16e gives you the A18 processor with the C1 modem that they introduced with this phone, and supposedly it offers more efficiency as far as battery life. You also get 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gig of base storage. Now in comparison, the Galaxy S25 FE comes in with Samsung's own Exynos 2400, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gig of base storage. Now you also get on the S25 FE a larger vapor chamber to that of the previous generation, which helps with the thermal performance of the phone. Now, both of these devices perform very well. I haven't really seen any problems with either one of these phones. I do want to say that the iPhone 16e will most definitely receive longer software updates. As far as charging speeds though, the Galaxy S25 FE gives us 45 watts versus I believe it's 20 watts on that of the iPhone 16e, which is again not that good. Even wireless charging is faster on the S25 FE. So let's talk about the camera system on these devices. Now, the obvious one is the iPhone 16e only comes in with one single camera. So it's a 48 megapixel fusion camera that has a 2x telephoto integrated within the main sensor. Now, it basically simulates a dual camera capability with just one module, and it works well, to be honest with you. However, the S25 FE gives us a proper triple camera setup, 50 megapixel main sensor, an ultra wide, and a telephoto sensor. And picture quality, the S25 FE seems to be leaning more towards the warmer side in some scenarios, and the iPhone 16e gives us more of a natural look. So based on just strictly picture quality, the iPhone 16e does have the Galaxy S25 FE beat by a little bit. However, you get more fun stuff like an ultra wide and a telephoto on the S25 FE, and the selfie camera is very similar. So as far as video, I want you guys to watch and tell me what you think. Hey, what's up guys, TikTime here, and this is the iPhone 16e versus the Galaxy S25 FE video test. So as you guys can see, both seem to handle their own, and they both have their own way of kind of processing video, but you do get an ultra wide on the S25 FE, which is missing on the iPhone 16e. So here's my final verdict on these devices. Now, obviously, if you prefer a larger screen with a higher refresh rate, a more immersive experience, and a better or more versatile camera system, bigger battery, faster wire charging, then obviously the S25 FE just excels in those things. Now, if you want sort of a more compact device, a phone that will have longer software support from Apple, and I guess you can say a stronger ecosystem, but I guess that's a conversation for another day, a simpler camera setup, then I guess the iPhone 16e is for you. Now, I personally would rather choose the Galaxy S25 FE. I feel like it makes way less compromises than the iPhone 16e. Considering how big these manufacturers are and how big these companies are, the compromises are just, they're not, I mean, they just don't make sense that Apple would make them. But with that being said, my personal preference is the Galaxy S25 FE. However, I want to hear what you guys think. Leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you would prefer, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. A lot more cool videos are coming really, really soon.